Hear lots of reports about some preliminary concepts that people are putting forward using various techniques to produce it and different methods to use to carry out the research. But right now, from our federal people who are getting back to us, that there's nothing imminent at this time. And remember, in vaccine world, imminent means like 4 to 6 months off. So we're waiting to hear some. We hear some promises, something that could be very quick. But then, of course, they haven't undertaken any clinical trials, and safety always has to be a key factor as you're dealing with any new products coming out.
Follow up?
Thank you. And can you possibly comment on rumors of hydroxychloroquine being used by the U.S. president as a treatment to COVID-19?
So, yes, certainly we've heard about that, and I believe there are studies ongoing currently, but at this point there's no evidence that it works for COVID-19. It is an effective medication for some other things like malaria in certain cases, and so it's not recommended at this point. We're waiting for the results of the studies.
Next question.
Your next question comes from Kira Ferguson with Sudbury.com. Please go ahead.
Hi there, thank you for your time. My question is, Ontario announced the proclamation of the Supply Chain Management Act Saturday in its effort to purchase and deploy critical equipment. My question is, what benefit will this act be to residents as opposed to participation in federal collective purchasing?
I think the aspect there is, one, how will it help Ontario citizens? Certainly the aspect of federal procurement, our own procurement, whatever way we can do the procurement is going to be critical to ensure that our healthcare workers, our healthcare facilities, and all those involved in those essential services, whether it's dealing with the homeless and different groups like that, is there at their provision. I think the aspect that we're trying to deal with here is that in order for the government, the cabinet, the premier, and our minister of health, and of course our command table to understand what we have, we do have to have a clear declaration of what everybody has stored in stock at this time, so that we can ensure that there's a fair and reasonable distribution of what's out there, knowing that some may have stockpiled a certain amount and may be reluctant to tell us what's there. But at the same time, if that was present and while we're waiting for supplies to come in and there was another facility that was running out, why would we not move that material from that place over to deal with that? Because in another few days the supply would come in, and we compromised one facility because one was unwilling to either declare or make it known what was there. So in essence, we're in this together, and there's just one major stockpile, that's all of us, and we need to move it to where it needs to go to ensure the ongoing care and the safety of all our healthcare workers as they undertake to take care of these citizens when they become ill with COVID-19.
Follow up?
To clarify, will the province of Ontario, or I should say, does the province of Ontario